Hey everyone, Brickhouse here, and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Man, went and saw it last night, and all I'm gonna say is train wreck. That's it, train wreck. We knew this was coming. We knew it was gonna be bad. Just how bad? Yikes. We're talking if Kathleen Kennedy hasn't lost her job yet as head of Lucasfilm, she should lose it now. But we know that's not going to happen. Even though there's rumors swirling again that Kathleen Kennedy is going to be out at Lucasfilm. No, Kathleen Kennedy's not going anywhere. Kathleen Kennedy's not going to leave Lucasfilm until she decides it's time for her to retire. That's a given. And in true Disney fashion, the movie is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, but yet Indiana Jones plays second fiddle to his goddaughter, Helena Shaw, who happens to have a sidekick eerily similar to Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. This is almost like what they did with the episodes 7, 8, and 9 of the Disney Star Wars trilogy, where there was a lot of similarities between episodes 7, 8, and 9 that you can find with episodes 4, 5, and 6. So let's just jump into it right here, shall we? Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny bombs at the box office. Only 9% of moviegoers heard it was good from friends and family. Well, I'm certainly not one of those 9%. I'm one of the 91% who would not recommend it to friends and family. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny cratered during its opening weekend at the box office. According to the numbers, the film only grossed $60 million domestically in its 3-day opening weekend, and another $70 million internationally for a global gross of $130 million. The film fell far short of its box office projections. The numbers predicted the film would gross $73.8 million in its opening weekend. Now, I did see that like Deadline and Variety and Hollywood Reporter all were throwing some numbers around, and all of them were somewhere in the 60 to 65 range. And this is what's even worse. Is that, remember, 15 years ago, you had the Crystal Skull. And the Crystal Skull in its opening weekend, 15 years ago, did $100 million domestically. And here we are 15 years later with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and it only grosses domestically $60 million. And remember, Crystal Skull was panned by everybody. You know, they say that Indy jumped the refrigerator with that scene. Not jump the shark, jump the fridge. Let's continue on. It also fell short of Box Office Pro's prediction of $70.3 million, albeit the outlet did note their prediction range of the film was between $60 and $77 million. That's quite a big range there. The film was also on the low end of Deadline's projections and fell short of its global projections. The outlet previously predicted the film would gross between $60 and $65 million domestically on its way to $140 million global opening. Comparing the film to other Indiana Jones film, the movie failed to best the last film In the franchise, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, that film grossed 100.1 million in its opening weekend, on its way to 317.1 million domestically and 786.6 million globally. And that was way back in 2008, when ticket prices were a lot cheaper than what they are now. Indiana Jones The Last Crusade, also best Dial of Destiny when adjusting for inflation. Its 37 million opening back in 1989 translates to 90.8 million in 2023 dollars. Temple of Doom's 25.3 million opening in 1984 also trounced Dial of Destiny in 2023. In today's dollars, that's 74.1 million. As for why the film did so bad, it appears audiences did not like it despite an 88% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Who the hell on Rotten Tomatoes was saying this was a good movie? Please explain to me how it scores 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. Comment down below and tell me, why do you think that Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny got such a high score on Rotten Tomatoes? Which calls into question the reliability of the Fandango-owned website. Deadline reports that the ComScore screen engine post-track exit poll reveals that only 9% heard it was good from friends and family. The movie cinema score also came in at a paltry B+. For comparison, Fast 10 also received a B+, and The Flash received a B. The film also has a mediocre 6.9 weighted rating on IMDb. Odin, OMB Reviews, hats off to Odin, noted the box office haul is abysmal. This is awful. This is absolute doom for them. He then shared that every Indiana Jones film, including the not-to-be-counted Crystal Skull, made over $1 billion when you adjust the numbers for inflation. Every single Indiana Jones film, this movie, at this point, will be lucky to get 400 million internationally. Meaning not only will it be the worst performing Indiana Jones film, but also it will be not just the biggest box office flop of the entire franchise, but possibly of the year, maybe even the past several years. This is going to give The Flash a run for its money as to who's the bigger flop. Who knows? Maybe they'll tie. Later in the video, OMB Reviews predict that the film will barely get to 400 million worldwide following its opening weekend grosses. He then notes, even if it does get to 400 million, that would mean this film would still be around a 250 million plus loss. That is how bad this movie's doing. However, he notes 400 million worldwide could be a best case scenario if this film is only getting it to or barely getting to 200 million domestically by that weekend. That would mean a best case scenario would be 400 million. I'll say it again. Kathleen Kennedy, you've taken two iconic characters, one being Han Solo, played by Harrison Ford, had his own son kill him. Oh, shouldn't say kill. Well, he did in the movie. Sorry, YouTube. I had to say it. In Disney Star Wars Episode 7. And then in Indiana Jones 5, you take another iconic Harrison Ford character and you make him play second fiddle to Phoebe Waller-Bridge and basically set her up to take over as the next Indiana Jones. So I say to you, Kathleen Kennedy, because Bob Iger won't do it, the board members at Disney won't do it, you're fired. So please, if you would, comment down below. Tell me what you think. while you're at it, please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the notification bell to get notified when my content becomes available here on YouTube. You can also find me over on Rumble and on Odyssey. And as always, I thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And I will see you later.